Hello and welcome. My name is Mostafa Hosseini. Welcome to Daily Confidence for Entrepreneurs. We are here with another live episode on Friday afternoon. At Daily Confidence for Entrepreneurs, our aim is to share tips and actionable advice so you could use on a daily basis when it comes to running your business and boost your confidence in different areas of business. The tip of today that I'm going to share with you is that if you're lacking confidence in an area of business, and you know that, for example, you are not very confident when it comes to speaking, you're not very confident when it comes to getting your name out there, being visible on social media and in other places, find a resource, do a search on Google, do a search on YouTube, go out there and look for tools and resources that will help you improve and optimize your confidence in that area for your business. So today we are going to do a couple of interviews. Some of our contributors for the confidence giveaway are going to join me here in a bit, and we're going to talk about how we could boost our confidence and what they're sharing with us in the confidence giveaway that is coming up. So let me welcome my guests here. Give me 1 second. We've got Ariana and Susie. Welcome, ladies.
Hi there, Mostafa. How are you doing?
I am good. How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Ariana, can you hear me?
I can't hear.
We can hear you.
Okay.
Aww, little mic issue.
While you're working on fixing the audio on your end,
can you hear me?
let me keep going and
I can't hear anything.
Talk about what's happening in the world. Basically, since the beginning of COVID, the way we do business has been changed. The way we live, the way we think, the way we conduct our business, the way everything works has changed. Okay. And basically, we live differently, we eat differently, we behave differently. The laws of business has changed. The way we find customers has changed. And all of this has impacted us on multiple levels. Now, some people have gone out of business. Some people are business owners and entrepreneurs are on the verge of going out of business. And many business owners that are still remaining in business are not sure what to do moving forward. So boosting our confidence is a must in different areas of business. For example, the way we find customers is changed. Some people used to go offline and find customers offline and do offline activities, but now over 90% of business activities are like online. We got to find customers online. We're sitting in front of a computer all day. We are hanging out with the family all day long. Like, my kids are screaming upstairs from 7 a.m. until midnight, and I still have to conduct my business and stay focused on the rest of it. So these are things that has affected us. It has affected our confidence. And that's why we have put together the confidence giveaway. We have put together 38 amazing professionals and experts who are generously sharing gifts with business owners in different areas to help them boost their confidence in different areas of business, such as mindset, business strategy, sales and marketing, speaking and visibility, technology and funnels, and finance. And so a couple of our amazing contributors who have generously donated their expertise to the giveaway are here. We're going to talk about what we're going to do, what's going to happen next, what they do, and how they're going to help you boost your confidence. Let's start with Susie. Susie, welcome.
Thanks, Mostafa. Good to be here with you.
All right, Susie, please introduce yourself, your business, and who you serve to people that are watching.
Sure. I'm Susie Vine. My business is 3x less stress, and I help high achievers recognize that by changing the way we approach stress, we can be more empowered to create change and have healthier lifestyles without having to commit a lot of time and energy to make the changes that are going to serve us.
Beautiful. That's amazing. Ariana, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can. Yeah.
Beautiful. Please introduce yourself.
Ariana Rollins, Life Change Training. I work with entrepreneurs on a spiritual path, teaching them how they can accomplish things with grace and ease by working with their higher self.
Fantastic. So, Susie, what is the story behind what you're doing right now?
That's a great question. Stress is really the common denominator. Everybody has it, and we all think it just has to be a part of life. When I was growing up, my mom was a nurse. She's a labor and delivery nurse. She worked nights for 40 years. She did phenomenal work. And I saw where things started to break down. With that kind of career and longevity, stress issues, when they're not resolved, can start to grow into chronic disease and autoimmune issues. And so just being kind of front row to seeing that and recognizing how prevalent it is in society, as I started working in different jobs myself, I recognized that if we want to have better longevity, more vital life as we age, because we're all going to, if we live as long as we want to, we need to start making changes now, and stress is the common denominator. So we can really change our whole trajectory and live with as much as vitality and options as we wish if we start to change things before we have to, right? It's a lot easier to make small changes than to make a huge course correction.
Fantastic. Now, how has COVID affected you personally in the past 9 months or so?
Yeah, it's been really difficult. Definitely working from home now. I was seeing bodywork clients initially because as someone in the workforce myself, that was the only way that I would give myself permission to recover, right? Was to carve out 1 hour for a massage, and then I was ready to go back in the game, coach. And what COVID has really given me a chance to do after I got over that initial transition was recognizing that the coaching work that I want to be doing, the mindset work, is so much more front of mind. I'm able to devote my attention to that now, where I think we can really make big shifts, because the field of positive psychology is really exciting, and I've had an opportunity to study a lot more in what's coming out, which just opens up a whole new world of possibility.
Absolutely. And I think a lot of people are super stressed out and have been in the past 8 or 9 months because of what's going on, I guess, in the world, for a lack of a better term. Now, Ariana, what is your story? How did you get into doing what you're doing now?
Well, if I wanted to answer like the COVID thing, what happened for me is that at first I was really resistant. I was like, I didn't want to believe it was happening, and I was fighting it. And then there was a point where I surrendered, and then I turned it into, sorry for the noise out there, into kind of like a self-chosen spiritual retreat. You know, it's just me and my dog. My dog has to listen to me. And it was really interesting because I think all the stuff came up, you know, that I distracted myself going to the coffee shop, you know, taking trips. And it was like there was no escape, you know, so it was like I'm facing myself. So that's kind of how I used the time, and how I got into doing what I'm doing is ever since I was like 13 years old, I've been following a spiritual path, a human evolution path. And a lot of things out there didn't really handle or address living in a body, you know, being successful in the material worlds. And so about 15 years ago, I came upon some systems that were able to help me accomplish my intentions, my goals, but from a place that was really right for me, that would be fulfilling rather than hit or miss. And so when a success happens, it's full out congruent and harmonious. So that's how I got to be doing what I'm doing.
Beautiful. Beautiful. And who do you serve out there?
Entrepreneurs on a spiritual path, and that doesn't mean entrepreneurs who are doing spiritual work or offerings out there. It's literally anyone, any entrepreneur who has a deep value for their spiritual life, and they may have wondered how can they bring that into their work and create that, bringing in what Susie does, less stress, because stress comes up when we're departed from our nature, when we're trying to have to fake it till we make it, and it only works so long, then we get burned out.
Absolutely. Susie, what's your version of the answer to that question? Who do you serve?
So I'm a member of Generation X, kind of overlooked. We're sandwiched in between the boomers and the millennials. And we've moved into that sandwich generation spot as the boomers are aging out and retiring. And so our parents are starting to have health issues. And a lot of us have kids at home or leaving high school. So, we've been maxed out pretty thin. And just as a generation, we tend to sit back and think, we're not going to make a big fuss. We've been powering through for a long time. So I'm really about getting engaged with my generation and helping us recognize that it's time to put ourselves first and invest in our well-being.
Absolutely. So we're all together in the confidence giveaway. Can you share what you're sharing with the confidence giveaway and what's your why behind it?
You want to jump in, Susie?
Sure. What I'm sharing is the 5 secrets to master stress to shine in the spotlight, because speaking publicly is one of the biggest fears or concerns for a lot of us. I started performing at a pretty young age, so I just got in the habit of being able to suit up and show up, but it's not something that comes naturally. And with the tools that I've been putting together to help people change the way they address stress so that they can thrive, it just goes so beautifully in terms of recognizing how the way that we approach stress can foster more confidence so we can be more successful and better engaged with our clients or with the people that we want to serve.
Sure. So what's the name of the gift again?
It is 5 Secrets to Master Stress and Shine in the Spotlight. It's a short ebook and a video that go together.
Fantastic. For those of you who are watching or are listening to this later, this is one of the 38 amazing gifts that contributors and experts are sharing in the confidence giveaway. I am going to share the link to the confidence giveaway. So if you wanted to join, this, by the way, is a free access where we have over $15,500 worth of tools, training, and resources for you to boost your confidence in different areas of business. I shared the link here in the chat, in the comments for the interview. Click on the link, go in there, opt in, and we are going live on Monday morning at 6 a.m. and you will get access to to the gifts. So Ariana, what is your gift? What is the gift that you're sharing with people that are joining the giveaway, and why are you doing that?
Well, it's the True Self-Confidence Formula, and it's 3 simple steps. What I discovered in the work that I do is that if we've been successful in one area of our life, whether it's being a great spouse, a parent, or we're really good at taking care of our health or something else, we can transfer that success into areas where we feel less confident because we've got a ton of experience in that other area. So why can't we transfer it? And so these 3 simple steps guide you through an exercise culminating in a guided meditation to bring it all together.
Fantastic. So how do you figure that connects with what's going on in the world for the people that are watching and listening? This self-connection and this self-alignment, what is the connecting piece here?
Well, whether people are becoming conscious of it or not, but we are going into a new phase of authenticity is the new spirituality. And people's discernment has gone up with what's going on in the media, whether you follow the news or not. There's a lot of misinformation out there, and we're being called to practice discernment. And so what can happen when we are aligned with our most confident self, we know what's up, you feel it in your body, you trust your gut, and that will help people navigate the changes because we're not at the end yet. We're literally I think maybe midway. And so we're going to be dealing with this next year too. So we need to have all our faculties, all our sensibilities present to be able to make good decisions. There's not like a wide room or margin of error available right now for most people with their finances and with their energy. You've got to be applying yourself where it's going to benefit your business and your family most.
Absolutely. Susie, I'm going to ask you the same question. How does your gift connect with what's going on in the world right now and what people are experiencing?
Yeah, I agree so strongly with everything that Ariana just said. And I think that, the old way of doing business doesn't serve us anymore,
Mhm.
that being authentic and being confident in what we have to share, that the world is waiting for what we have. Now more than ever, people just need connection. They need support. They need the tools to be able to move to the next level. And until we can step into our voice and bring our work out into the world, there's a need that needs to be filled. So any way that we can get the excuses out of the way, get stress out from being an obstacle so we can show up and shine in the way that we're meant to get that confidence to do the work that we're here to do. It's so powerful.
Absolutely. Like, you're absolutely right. With the way we do business, the way we think, the way we live, the way we act, everything has changed. And a lot of people, including myself, are still adjusting to the new way of living. And we're still, when it started 9 months ago, we were hoping that it would be over in like 3 or 4 months.
Yeah.
And it just keeps growing, and they still haven't figured it out on what we're going to do. So looks like it's going to be around for at least another year or so. Even if the vaccination is out, we've got 7 billion people on the planet or so. The time it takes to produce and vaccinate all people, it's going to take some time. So I think we have to get used to this. We have to work on getting used to the new way of living and boost our confidence. Like you said, work on going into communities where people are adapting, are sharing their expertise, tap into that knowledge and take it from there. Yeah. Now, for those of you who are watching, the confidence giveaway is happening between November 16th to 21st. Doors are opening at 6 a.m. on Monday morning Mountain Time, and the doors are closing at midnight Pacific Time on Saturday night on November 21st. So the gifts are again in the world of mindset. They are mindset is basically the most important piece right now. If we can't figure out the mindset piece, which these ladies are sharing a couple of amazing gifts. Both of you are in the mindset category, correct?
I think so.
Yeah, a couple of gifts in the mindset category. And that's the most important piece to figure out right now. If we can internally figure out how to cope with what's going on, and like Ariana was mentioning, if we're going to start fighting with what's going on or ignore the facts, we're going to be in real trouble. What do you ladies think? What's your 2 cents on that? Ariana, why don't you go first?
Yeah, well, in the past, I know that I've been able to make decisions and then kind of like change them, or that I could toss away a certain amount of money on programs, or, just to I wasn't as conscious of my resources as I am right now. And I think it's calling me and everyone else to be really good stewards, not only of our own personal resources, but of the planet. And that means we're making good decisions. So for all of you, when you opt into the confidence giveaway, check with each of the offers. And I invite you to just really tune in. Is this right for me? And when you download it, implement it,
Yep.
Because there's this clutter that happens, this digital clutter, and whether we're aware of it or not, it drains our energy, and vitality is so important right now. So practice discernment and implement what you said yes to. You're going to get a lot out of it.
Absolutely. What do you think, Susie? Thank you, Ariana, by the way. That's amazing. Susie, what's your 2 cents on the mindset piece?
Yeah, I think it really is. I think, like Ariana said, we used to live by this fake it until you make it kind of mindset, but we're so connected. We see people inches away, as we were just talking about the other day. We see people in video all the time, and our discernment has changed. So if you're not authentic, if you're not showing up to serve your customers or your people, it reads very quickly. So getting yourself in that mindset, knowing why you're doing the work that you're doing, and then being able to really put the rest of these tools to work. There's such rich stuff available in this giveaway. So when you've got the mental clutter out of the way, you're clear on what you want to create, then you can really put the other things to work for you. So it really is, I think you're right, the first step.
Absolutely.
And I'd like to make a little pitch for Mostafa, is that your simple marketing formula boot camp, it really guides business owners to their authentic voice and who they best serve. So it's foundational for people right now.
Absolutely.
I gave away a little bit about what you're going to be giving away, but I do recommend everyone check out Mostafa's and turn up. It's going to be well worth your time to do. He invests a lot. It's a live training, so be there.
Appreciate that. Yeah, so I appreciate. Thank you for the comments there. The next category that we work on is a business strategy. Now, as business has changed and the way we do business, we need to have a strategy. And for some of the businesses, I'm not going to say most, they need to have a survival strategy on what am I going to do, what the world is going to look like, how am I going to conduct my business, and have a clear goal, a clear plan, a simple plan that is actually doable, right? One of the the biggest problem with business owners right now is we have all been taking in a lot of information, as information and classes and sources and webinars have been so readily available. And we've been tapping into that wisdom, taking in all that information. And now most of us are overwhelmed with what's going on in the world with the too much information that we got, right? Along with the life changes. And we can't make results with too much information in our head, right? Because there's all sorts of confusion and anxiety going on. So using the tools that the ladies are sharing about mindset, we've got the tools for business strategy, such as simple marketing formula, the finance tools that people are sharing to figure out our money strategy, the cash strategy, the profitability strategy, the tax strategy that we got to deal with. What's the IRS? That's your version of the tax
in the U.S.
Yeah.
IRS.
And we got the CRA up here in Canada. You got to have a tax strategy, right? And tapping into all of these resources would help us boost our confidence, right? And the way I help in the sales and marketing or / business strategy is creating a one-page marketing plan. Because right now, 9 months of training and resources have all been, all over the place. We got to put it on one page, simplify everything so that it's doable, basically. Then we got some gifts in the speaking and visibility category. Now, because of the fact that we kind of have to be on social media, we have to be on video. Some people have to pick up the phone and make some phone calls. We can't do face-to-face so much anymore. These gifts would help us boost our confidence in the speaking and visibility world. Getting on video, like one of our amazing contributors, Valerie Melora, is sharing her gift on how to go on video, right? How to be confident on video and all that. Then your guys' 2 cents on what's going on with the social media and video and whatnot.
Yeah, whether you like it or not.
Or Ariana first.
Well, whether you like it or not, and you got a few wrinkles like me, and we've got to be out there because again, people are feeling our heart, feeling our authenticity, and there's no better way than through video or through voice because they can feel you're the real deal. And so I do recommend you request and download Valerie's guidance. And then also, may I make a pitch for Bridget? If you've got your slides in if you do PowerPoint, you're doing presentations, if you feel confident with your slides, they can actually inspire you to be better speaker and display your business in a wonderful way. So I do recommend you check out Bridget's as well, because we're all presenting. We are all selling, quote unquote, ourselves. And so we need these tools to, one, be authentic and to have the best support.
Absolutely. Thank you for that. We've got a few gifts in the speaking invisibility, what you might call it, category. Next category is health and wellness. Because of the fact that we sit in front of the computer a lot now, we've been sitting on our couch or on our chair for 9 months. Like now my butt is flat for how long?
It's spreading.
So, the other day, it's like I feel it. Like I got somewhat of a knee pain going on, so I need to move, right, and stretch the muscles. And so because otherwise, I'm gaining weight, and my muscles are going to dry up, and I'll be in trouble. Because eventually, this COVID thing is going to be over. I don't know when, but we're going to figure it out. But then, if we come out of this whole period with being less healthy, and if we're not able to operate, we're going to be in trouble. And all the hard work that we're doing running our business, if later on we're not able to enjoy it because we're not healthy, or if we're creating all this money and later on we're going to spend all the money on our health, it's going to be a waste of time. Would you agree?
Yeah, let's bring in Susie here, because I imagine you're aware of the increase in addictions just to cope with the stress.
Absolutely.
Exactly. Yeah, these avoidance tactics that we get, right? Because it's easier to just check out than it is to show up and be present and work through these things and work through the stress and work through physical pain. And stress leads to physical pain. Sitting at a chair, I don't know how many times I've heard recently, sitting is the new smoking. So right? And it really is. We get in this little box, so we have to break out of the box, and we have to tune back into the messages that our body is giving to us, because we tend to hit the mute button in whatever way is convenient, and then we lose that connection. So yeah, health and wellness is fundamental. Again, if your body is your instrument and you can't perform what you're here to share with the world, then your work isn't going to get done. So along with mindset, health is fundamental. You can't shortcut that.
Can you guys touch on the correlation between stress and eating junk food and eating too much? Susie, I think this is right down your alley.
Yeah, it's comfort. Our bodies, sugar is that like security molecule. Our bodies are designed to crave sugar. That's why we literally get addicted to it. And when you try to cut sugar out, you go through withdrawal. You feel worse before you feel better. And so it only makes sense. And now, we don't have the pantry at home while we're working in the office. The pantry is 12 feet away. And if the kids are at school in the other end of the room, you've got their snacks just as close as your healthy options. So again, I think it goes along with that avoidance, like you were talking about, with the rates of addiction and substance abuse going up. It's easier to hit mute and feed the feelings than it is to take the space, to take care of ourselves, and to tune in. So yeah, we're really walking a line right now. We've got big choices to make in terms of, are we going to be present and do some hard work and keep showing up for ourselves so we can keep moving forward what we want to be bringing into the world.
Yeah, well said, Susie. Yeah.
What do you think, Ariana? about the stress and the health and wellness and eating and the rest of it?
Well, in my work, if someone is not connected to the feelings in their body, the kinesthetic part of them, then they're operating from the head up. And the head up could say, oh, I love chocolate. I'm going to have chocolate every day in the afternoon because it gives me some energy, right? But they're not feeling the impact on their body until they get on the scale. So I suggest that people practice some time at stillness, whether it's meditation. In fact, my free gift gives a meditation and is to disconnect from the sensory overload and just kind of tune into the body. How are you feeling? Where's the comfort, or where's the stress, and start moving, because like you both have said, it can accumulate, right? So that by the time we get back to a new normal, I don't think we're going back to the way it was. It wasn't working, everybody, right? That we could be then dealing with some health issues. So it's far better to be conscious and aware, tune into the body. And when we eat something, how does it feel? I had some chocolate and things when I was away, and I was like, yuck, I gave the rest of it away to my friends. I can't eat this stuff, right? So really feel into your body when you eat something. Okay, does this feel like, do I have more energy, or am I burping, or am I exhausted? And that's part of kind of a holistic practice, way of living.
Absolutely. And continue adding to what you're saying, along the same lines of awareness, which is what Ariana works on, is a massive piece to figure out right now, because dealing with all the stress levels, all this adjustments and adapting that we have to do, creating all the new areas that we have to get adjusted to. What's the word that I'm looking for? We have to be aware of what's happening to be able to handle this. A lack of awareness, I believe, that will cost us both in health and physically and mentally, and with our family and with our customers and with business and the rest of it. So figuring out the health and wellness and mindset is absolutely essential right now. And it is not something to be ignored, right? Otherwise, we're going to be regretting it. I'm guessing 6 months, a year or two from now, I'll be like, oh my God, I can't believe, the resources were available. These people came up and offered their resources and expertise for free. And I was too busy to take on a resource and to get support. What is your feedback or your experience with getting support during these times? Because we're all experiencing hardship, right? We're in, uncharted territory. We don't know what's happening. How has your experience been with that? Who would like to go first?
You want to jump in, Susie?
Sure. Well, I will say that, we really had two choices, right? As we entered into this, we could be afraid of what's going to happen, what's going to come down the line, what our resources are going to look like, and withdraw. Or we could say, this is an opportunity. There are people who really need help right now. How can I show up? And I recognized I had a lot of growing to do. And so I chose to really engage and invest and grow my network. And I have to say, in the last 9 months, I've grown my professional circles and my personal circles like exponentially. And it's just been so profound, because I can see the work that other people are doing and the way that they're just giving with all of their hearts. And it really inspires me to show up and do as much as I can too. So it's nice to be in good momentum rather than withdrawing and working from fear. I think in a big scale way of looking at the way that people are addressing things right now, you can work from love or you can work from fear. You can just see that there's not enough to go around, or you can work in the faith that there is. I mean, there's so much abundance. And if we work together, we can all rise together.
Absolutely. I don't know why, as you were talking about this, I got emotional.
Oh,
We've been through a lot this year. We really have to give ourselves a lot of grace.
pat on the back, everybody.
And here's why. I am happy and grateful for the fact that I hear that you have grown and the rest of it. But it also pains me to see the people let me breathe a little, that they can't handle it and they're going out of business. And I hope that what we're doing here will make an impact on some lives, whether it's mindset, technology, and the rest of it. So, Ariana, how has your experience been with in the past few months, and with respect to getting support when it's available and or reaching out?
Well, that was something that was really hard for me, is that I'm a nurturer and a supporter for clients and students, but to say, you know, I really am like kind of struggling right now, and I need just because I live alone. I mean, that's not easy, everybody. You know, I know it's hard when you've got a family, but you got backup. And so living alone is, I've had to kind of what I call like expose my belly a little bit. I need to talk some things out. I need to make some decisions. And I've even, reached out to people that I may not have in the past. But I think when we're kind of at the wall and we're vulnerable, we'll do things that we normally wouldn't. And I think that's helping us all stretch out of our comfort zone, because if we keep making the same decisions as a human race, we're not going to, I don't even know if we want to say survive, but we have to make different decisions, which means doing things in different ways, making different connections. So for all of you going through the confidence, the daily, the confidence giveaway, look and say, don't just go for the ones you normally would, pause, consider each one and say, is that going to stretch me? Is this an area that I've not considered before? And I invite you to do that one and do it fully.
Absolutely agree. If we could go maybe a little bit beyond our comfort zone, like, oh, I don't like speaking. It's like, if you're a business owner, you have to get used to that. There's no way around it. Otherwise, like, we're in survival mode. Like you were saying, if we don't get support out there, and so one thing that we're doing with the giveaway, we're also doing the JV networking event on Thursday night, on the 19th. So one of the ways that you could, if you're watching or listening, one of the ways that you could tap into the resources and get support is show up on that networking event. What's going to happen is you're going to meet our contributors, so you know who you're working with and who you're getting the gifts from. And you can ask questions. You can ask for support. There's going to be, I'm thinking maybe between 30 to 100 people. We'll see what the turnout is going to be. But the resource is there. And as we haven't been meeting a lot of people face to face, per se, I think there is a profound need for connection and community. So my suggestion is, come out. It's free. We're offering it for free. Come up. You hop on Zoom. Meet people, connect with people from around the world, make new connections. And if this is past your comfort zone, right, get out there. We're going to do some practices. We'll walk you through how it's done. And then we have all these amazing experts who are generously sharing their experience. So that's another piece on what we're doing to make this a more valuable experience for everybody.
And that's another just encouragement for everyone, is that Mostafa's authentic. If he says, I got to go get a coffee, I'll be back in 10 minutes. Now, he doesn't do that all the time, but he's so real, and it invites all of us to turn up real. I can't stand the fake it networking, and that's not what you're going to get. So definitely join us on the what's it called? You got a cute name for it.
The JV Jungle.
JV Jungle, right. Join us.
Join us at the jungle. I appreciate that. Thank you for the feedback. So the next piece is technology and funnels. That's another category that we're working on. So as our businesses has transformed to being online, and we're doing more online work, there are some technology pieces and some funnels that we got to build to be able to attract customers, to nurture the customers and the rest of it. And I know that a lot of business owners get stuck in this one piece. What is your ladies' experience with technology and funnels and softwares that you need to set up? And what's been your experience in the past 9 months?
I'll speak to that.
Okay. You've done a lot.
It's really overwhelming, and it's really easy to let tech hold you in your
Mhm.
place. And when I recognized that there were things that I really wanted to make happen, to really be able to share, and I just kept putting them off because I was stumped on the technology, and I just decided to ask for help and bring in tools and really reach out to the help that's so available through the people in the circles that I've been introduced to through Mostafa and other people in the space. It's so empowering. I mean, you can just get that out of your way, master that, and move on. There's great tools available, but if you get stuck in the technology, you lose your momentum, right? Your voice gets lost, your creativity gets held up. So when you lose that fear of tech and you kind of like embrace the adventure and use the tools that are available and meet these amazing providers who, this is just the tip of the iceberg, this gift that they have to share. There's so much more that they do in that space. So it's a great way to get introduced to people who are doing awesome work in the tech space.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, there's a lot to handle and there's a lot to learn. Ariana, what's been your experience with technology and funnels?
Well, I recommend working with like-minded individuals so that you can learn. I don't know how many times I've asked Mustafa, how do I do this? He goes boom, 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 and he shows it to me instead of me searching on YouTube or trying to find the answer. Is that to work with other business owners, whether you download the giveaway and just join us in the JV jungle, is ask your questions, get support. And I just want to acknowledge Susie. She's grown incredibly over these months with technology, because a lot of people have they lack confidence in it, and sometimes we have to take the leap, implement it, maybe take a break when we're like pulling our hair out, but reapproach it and ask people who are more advanced being online. Like Mustafa, I'm pretty advanced being online. Susie's got a lot of experience too. Is don't be afraid to say, hey, what tools do you use? Why do you use them? Right? And
Yeah,
instead of, oh, I'm going to try this deal, and then you find out it doesn't do something. I've done too many of those deals. Find something that works, invest the time to learn it, and stick with it.
absolutely. So I think some people have that fear of reaching out or the fear of looking stupid for asking questions. What's 2 cents on that?
Well, that's our ego, or what I would call in my lingo, blockers. They're self-defeating mind patterns that
Mm-hmm.
just take us over. And the very thing that we need help in, the very person we need to ask for, it will kind of make us mute, because it keeps it's these self-defeating habit patterns. So just basically they want to keep things a status quo, to not change. And so if you feel that, I gotta ask a question, oh, I should reach out to so and so, I recommend do it. And this is where I don't normally recommend feel the fear and do it anyway. But in this case, if you know that that person can support you, reach out, because you're overcoming those conditioned mind patterns that are keeping you in this box, comfortable, but not so comfortable, and small.
Absolutely. Susie, what's your 2 cents on that?
Yeah, so true. I think, and I think that you say this often. Like there's no stupid question. You're limiting yourself if you're afraid to ask. If you're
Mm-hmm.
afraid to ask for help. I mean, how much more time are you taking on, and how many opportunities are you missing out on by not being strong enough to admit that you have room to grow and learn? So I think that it's tremendously important to recognize there's so much we can learn, and then we just accelerate our momentum so much, right? I mean, we find solutions we didn't even know we were looking for.
Absolutely. And the only thing I would add to that is it is so much easier with support. And it takes so much less time to get things done when we get support. Because if let's say Susie knows how to deal with stress, and I'm like buried up to my neck in stress and I can't do anything about it. If I reach out and say, Susie, you know what? I'm super stressed out. Do you have a resource that you could give me that could help me, boost my confidence and release my stress? And she's like, oh yeah, here's a video. Here's a training. Take it. And she's generously sharing that whole piece. It's a lot easier versus me struggling, hiding in my basement or hiding on my couch, watching TV, taking month and month and month, and ruining my life and my confidence and my self-esteem. On the opposite, contrary to, hey, I've got this problem, who can help me? A lot easier that way, So gang, if you're watching or listening, the confidence giveaway is happening starting on November 16th, Monday morning. You can join now and get access to your first free gift. I'm going to leave that as a surprise for you to go check it out. And then amazing people like these two ladies are sharing gifts. I really hope that you would join us. Also, during the week, we're going to do more live interviews where the guest experts and professionals and the contributors are going to show up, answer questions, and share their expertise like these two ladies just did. We're going to be giving away Amazon gift cards during our live interview. We're going to be giving away Amazon gift cards during our JV Jungle networking event, on top of all the amazing gifts, tools, resources, educational material that our experts are sharing. Ladies, I really appreciate your time. Thank you for sharing your expertise. Thank you for your generosity and joining us at the giveaway. Is there anything that you would like to add before we wrap up that I haven't asked yet?
I just recommend everybody, when Mostafa does something, he does it really well. And I've been in other giveaways before. You're going to find some really high caliber offers here, and just join us.
Appreciate it. Susie, is there anything you would like to add?
No, I'm so excited to, along with everybody else, have the chance to take a look at everything that's available. I've just barely been able to take in some of the goodies, but it's so rich. There's so much available. And I just want to restate too the value of the opportunity. If you're free Thursday night to jump in on the JV Jungle, networking face-to-face is a completely different animal. And if you just haven't been able to get engaged with networking online, this is the perfect way to do it, to get in with a really supportive group of entrepreneurs who are doing great work and other people who are starting out. So don't feel limited by where you think you are right now. You just have to dive in and start playing in the sandbox, in the jungle. Come around the campfire.
Sandbox too. Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to do our campfires. Thank you, ladies. One thing that I'm going to add that I haven't mentioned yet is since the beginning of this whole crisis, I've been saying that with this amount of pressure on us, we will either turn into diamonds or we will turn into ashes. The decision is ours. Ooh. And turning into diamonds is painful. There is some pressure. The process is the same. Some people come out turning into diamonds, stronger, better business, personally, financially, and the rest of it. And some will turn into ashes. The decision is yours. We've got 38 amazing experts that are sharing gifts to help us turn into diamond. All I'm asking is just show up and tap into that wisdom and that knowledge with the people that we have gathered and see what it could do for you. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for hearing and listening. Looking forward to working with you and serving and supporting you. The other thing I'm going to ask is if you know other business owners, entrepreneurs, coaches, consultants, writers, healers, leaders in the community that could benefit from the gifts that we're sharing, please send them to the page. Please send them to the link that I'm sharing. The link is www.dailyconfidence.show/giveaway. Thank you for joining us. Hope you have a great day, and we will see you later. Bye now.
Everybody, many blessings.